Welcome back to TECHMIMIC, where you can simply view, imitate, replicate, and get on with your day. In this video, we're going to install Visual Studio Code and the Python extension on Linux, and then create and run a sample Python program. Although I am demonstrating this on Linux Mint, the steps will be very similar on other Linux distributions, and it will be easy to adjust this according to your specific Linux distribution. As a first step, we need to install Visual Studio Code. Let's check the software manager, where we will quickly note that searching for VSCode or Visual Studio Code yields no results. You can download Visual Studio Code straight from Microsoft's website by visiting code.visualstudio.com/download. Besides Windows and Mac versions of VS Code, Linux versions are available for download as well. On Linux Mint, Ubuntu and Debian-based derivatives, we need to select the .deb packets. For Red Hat, Fedora and SUSE, that will be the RPM packets. One can be more specific with the other download options, or download from the Snap Store, for example, but for now, a click on the .deb button is all we need. The download will start, and after that, find the download file in the File Explorer and simply double-click it. This will open a package management dialog where there are some further details and the description. The maintainer is of course Microsoft. Click Install Packets and provide a password when needed. VS Code will now be installed to your system, and the question if we want to add the Microsoft APT repository for Visual Studio Code appears. You can leave this, I will explain it in a minute, and click Next. The installation continues. Check the status by expanding the details if you want, and after a few seconds it will very briefly reach finished and the dialog closes. During my testing, it is somewhat confusing that at this point the message "same version is already installed" appeared. Maybe you have the same. Close the window, and VS Code is now installed. Before we start it, let me explain what that message about adding the Microsoft APT repository was about. Under the covers, the Synaptic Package Manager is taking care of package installation, modification, and removal. You can find it in the menu under Administration, and then Synaptic Package Manager. From here, you can work with installed software from a lower or more granular level than you can with the Software Manager. Click Settings in the top menu, and then Repositories. On the left-hand side, click Additional Repositories. Here the Microsoft repository to keep VS Code up to date is now added. Also, when you search for Visual Studio, it is indicated that a package by the name of Code is now installed. Start VS Code by opening the menu and then Programming Visual Studio Code. Right-click it to pin it to the panel for easier access. Because this is the very first time, the Get Started with VS Code screen appears. Choose a theme if you want to. But other than that, we can now ignore the rest and select Mark Done. At the time of the recording, the latest release of VS Code is version 1.96.2. By the way, if you want to start VS Code from a terminal, it is as easy as typing code. On the left-hand side, click the extensions icon, the little blocks, and search for Python. The top hit is the one we want, the Python extension for Visual Studio Code. Click Install, and wait a few seconds until it reads Installed. A welcome page Get Started with Python Development opens up. We can close this and open the File Explorer from the left-hand side. Click Open Folder, and now specify a folder that will serve as your development folder. You can add multiple if you want. I will start with a folder Python test that meanwhile I've created in my documents folder. Just browse to your specific folder and click open. Open the folder, then select trust the authors of all files in the parent folder, because most likely this is your own computer anyway, and click yes, I trust the authors. Open the folder and add a new file. Let's name it test.py. This video is not a Python tutorial, so let's keep it very simple and tell Python that we want to print something to the screen. Once done, click the play button. This will open a small but very handy terminal window where we can see the output of our test.py Python script. When it is working, you have successfully installed and configured VSCode and the Python extension on your Linux system. Now for some additional information. And let's ask the user two numbers that we are going to add together and then return the result to the end user. Again, this is not a Python tutorial. However, this sample script is linked in the video description for your convenience. Here, the terminal window allows you to interact with your Python script without needing to leave the VS Code environment, which is very convenient during development. Run the program again by pressing the up arrow and enter to repeat any of the last commands. If you like a new terminal window, to keep things tidy, just close an existing one or open a dedicated one by selecting Run Python file in dedicated terminal. Now when you save the .py file on your file system, there is a Python script that you can of course run without Visual Studio Code and straight from Python. Let me take you through this process. Open a terminal and there's the file. However, if I run the file straight away, it reads permission denied. And this is to be expected because a .py file is an executable program, and by default on Linux, they are not allowed to run. Not even if you are the owner and you have created the file, and this is a file in your own documents directory. Quickly fix this with the command chmod u+x test.py. When you now have another look at the file details again, it is now specified that the owner of the file, in this case me, is allowed to execute, that's what the X means, this Python script. But we are still not done, because chances are, when you run the file, this sort of error occurs. Because it is unclear to the system what Python interpreter to use. List the available ones on your system by typing Python. And Linux will offer me some suggestions. Python not found, did you mean Python 3? Indeed I did. And when I type this, Python is opened and we end up in the Python command line. Call the exit function to exit it again. Exit, open parentheses, closing parentheses. Also called, I believe, round brackets. Now combine it all together, Python 3 test.py. If you want, use the Python round function to specify the number of decimals. And at this point you should have all you need to create, debug and modify Python scripts from VS Code on Linux. That's it. Hope it helped, and if it did, please like the video and keep it up. Until next time, bye!